You're listening to Press Start to Continue on Valley Free Radio, WXOJ-LP 103.3 FM, Northampton, Massachusetts.
What's up, everybody? This is Morlock, and you're listening to Press Start to Continue on Valley Free Radio, WXOJLP 103.3 FM in Northampton, Massachusetts. We just heard Dark World's Prophet from Glasses from Zelda A Link to the Past. Before that was Elemental Harmony from Rebecca E. Tripp from Zelda The Minish Cap. And we started off with Baby Dreams of Lost Civilizations by Lemonectic. From the game Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door. If you have any ideas for shows, if you have any requests, I love getting requests. Anything that you want to ask about the music or anything like that, I love hearing from listeners. You can email me, pressstartmorlock@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter @pressstartlock. You can follow me on Twitch, which is pressstartmorlock, and you can go to starttocontinue.com, where this show and other shows will be streaming, and links to getting the show on podcasts and all that stuff. This week, this show, we have something really special. We have two things special, actually. First, in this hour, we have the first half of my interview with amazing remixer Mustin. We talked for so long about so much interesting stuff that I had to split into two parts. So first part this week, second part next week. The first part, we talk about his new album, The World is Square, remixing music from a bunch of Squaresoft games. It's really, really nice, and I highly suggest it, obviously. But you'll hear snippets of that at the end of this hour, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. But before we do that, let's do some more music. This is called Our Destiny by Forest Elves, and it is from Final Fantasy VIII. You are listening to Press Start to Continue.
Mom, how about this game?
What's it rated? Let's see. T for teen with violence and suggestive themes? No.
Video games are fun, but not all games are right for all players. Look for the rating symbol in content descriptors and read the rating summaries that tell you what's actually in the game.
This one better?
Much.
For more information about ratings and rating summaries, visit esrb.org.
Hey, this is Adam Warlock.
Hi, this is JJ O'Connell.
I'm Kate Remington from Music Respawn.
Hey, what's going on? This is DJ Myth.
This is Ed from Harlequin's Kiss.
Yo, this is Lady J.
Well Distilled.
Video game composer and creator of Video Games Live, Tommy Tellerico.
Archie Ben from Popular Geekery.
Hey, Kate.
Hey. Ultimate Answer from Psychic Cyclone.
Hi, I'm Calbert Warner.
Yo, it's Nightwing.
This is Creative Mindframe.
Hey, this is Samus.
This is Game Breaks, and you're listening to Press Start to Continue.
gentlemen, welcome to today's show. And tonight, our special guests will tell us why their Homon guy is so special. Let's get started with Vivi!
Now let me tell you something. I've been looking for a place to call home for a long time. I felt lost and afraid because I didn't know where I came from. So when I found my kin at the Black Mage Village, it was so cool to learn that we all have lots of rhythm in us. You'll never see more rhythm than at our place.
Steiner, what are you doing here?
What is this rhythm thing everyone is talking about? Why will nobody tell me? And can somebody please tell me why this music makes me want to move?
My eager audience, I have the honor to present to you Her Royal Highness, Princess Garnet!
Hey guys, listen up. I know all about what it means to have a place to call home. I don't remember the village I was born in, and the kingdom where I grew up was destroyed. But it's my home now. So we rebuilt it, and it's better than ever before. My home is totally the best, and we got rhythm in spades. There sure ain't no rhythm like in my place.
And the moment you've all been waiting for, our final guest, here's it on!
Well, that's all fine and dandy, but you are wrong. Obviously. Trust me, as a guy who grew up in a world that was not my own, I know what I'm talking about. One day you will realize that home is where the heart is, and my home is with my buddies. They all got them rhythm, so don't tell me there ain't no rhythm like at my place.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming to today's show. We wish you a pleasant night. Sleep well and goodbye.
Ain't No Rhythm Like at My Place. That is by a whole bunch of people. Dorito, T-Bone, John Stacy, Cyril the Wolf, Catastrophe Owls, yeah, Guitar SVD, Earth Kid, and Rich GC as a remix from Final Fantasy IX. I always love finding, like, remixes from a genre that you don't usually hear. So reggae, there's not a lot of reggae remixes, especially like that. So, like I said, love random stuff. Fearless before that by Emunator from Donkey Kong Country. Before that, Tangle Sleep by Maze Dude from Tangle Deep. And we started off with Our Destiny by Forest Elves from Final Fantasy VIII. My tongue is all sorts of twisted. But right now, we get to hear the thoughts and musings and the music of Mustin. I've been really excited to talk to him. I've actually been a fan of Mustin since way back. His was one of the first CDs that I bought of game music. actually. So I've been listening to him for Christ, so it's 20 years. Jesus. All right. But this is the first half of the interview with Mustin. There was so much stuff that I just couldn't cut out most of it. If you want to hear the full uncut interview, which, yeah, it's longer than the two halves combined, then you can go to starttocontinue.com/interviews. This half, we talk about The World is Square, his new album, and next week we'll talk about the one-ups. So, but here is Mustin, and we're going to start off with From the Bottom. It's a Chrono Trigger remix, and obviously from his new album, The World is Square. That was From the Bottom from the new album The World is Square. That track is a remix of Chrono Trigger theme, Depths of the Night, and that is by Mustin, who is on Press Start to Continue. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
It's been I've been a follower of your music for a very long time. Ever since I think the first time I heard something by you was when I downloaded something from OC Remix years ago, and and I've been we've played a lot of your music on the show, so it's really great for you to be on and to talk about a couple new albums that you have out. The World is Square, and later we can talk about the 1UP's Volume 4, which I'm really excited about as well. So, I mean, the first question I have is what inspired you to make this album, The World is Square?
I just love the old, the Square Enix, then Squaresoft music. It really got me going in really deep with video game music. And I started doing arrangements in between projects that had no home and realized that I was going to just make a solo album. So the first one I did was the first track from Secret of Mana, Fear of the Heavens. I did that and I finished it in 2003. So I worked on this for a very long time, compiling these arrangements that I made in my spare time. And I never would have gotten it done if I hadn't asked someone to be accountable for me to do it. So I asked Jason Napolitano at Scarlet Moon Records. I said, "Will you put out my album and be my accountability buddy? Will you be the person I'm letting down if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing?" And he said yes. So with him domineering over me and shaking his fist, I managed to put everything together, get his feedback, tighten up some graphics, and then I had what I felt was done. I was a little bummed because I was hoping to get 10 tracks, and I ended up with 8. But one of my favorite albums of all time is Steely Dan's Asia album, and that's only 7 tracks. And so I got one more than Steely Dan. Plus, it ends up, I think it was at least 40 minutes of music, which is pretty good for 8 tracks. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with it. All the tracks are nice and juicy.
They really are. And I was just thinking while I was listening to the album, you have a very distinct sound in a lot of tracks, like very smooth, very chilled out. Which is right up my alley. I know that. But there's a lot of variation in that too. How did you choose which? Did the games evoke certain feelings for a certain instrumentation, or was it just trying to match what you were hearing and then building on that?
Well, interestingly enough, in the liner notes, there under each track, in a little cursive font, there's a dedication for each track to a different girl in my life that has either come and gone or is still around. And I think since all the tracks are inspired by the different girls in my life, it kind of brings out the softer side of me, from my daughter to my wife and old girlfriends. And so it has, I think that's kind of where more of the cohesive sound came from. But a lot of it is driven by emotion from the game. Final Fantasy IV was the first game that I came across in this style. I had just gotten a Super Nintendo and went over to my friend's house, and they've already played all these games, but we went and rented some stuff, and I wanted to play Super Mario World because I never gotten to do it, and they were playing Streets of Rage 2 and stuff on the Genesis, but they had also rented this one game that had a bunch of words, and it was really boring. And then they fell asleep, and I picked up the controller, and I kept playing it, and they woke up the next morning, and I had never gone to sleep. I was completely hooked into this story about Cecil the Dark Knight. So that's how I got hooked on Final Fantasy IV, was like not liking it at first and then just being completely engrossed by it. And then the music, and I wasn't super musical until like 13 or so. But it just, I just have a real good memory when it comes to music and bad memory when it comes to everything else. So there's like there's the adventure of that and the excitement in that, and my arrangement of the main theme, which also was inspired by my daughter. So there's like just I don't know. It's hard to explain because his music is magic. It's just there's not. I mean, some people can do things very methodically and with math, and that's cool. But for me, it's just kind of like some weird magic emotion that I grab onto that just flies by, and whatever I get a hold of gets into the recording.
Makes me think of you just sitting someplace and then like some notes come by and you have like a butterfly net.
Yeah, basically. That's basically it. I take the butterfly out of the sky and then I smash it into my Fender Rhodes with my fingers, and that's pretty much my style of music. I like that. That's good.
Just real quick, we just listened to From the Bottom. Who is that dedicated to?
It's dedicated to this old girlfriend that I had that I wasn't the best to. And so it has a lot of remorse and a lot of what I call it driving at night in the big city style music that I just love. There's just I don't know how else to describe it, but that's what I call it. I don't live in the big city anymore. I used to live in Chicago when I was a little kid, and I remember being in the back seat and having those lights, like illuminate just every few moments. And then, I don't know, that just kind of stuck with me. There's like one of my favorite things is just being in a big city at dusk, driving in the interstate. And I know like I know for a lot of people that's really stressful and there could be traffic and nobody likes that, but there's some weird magic thing for me. And to have that sound in there, that's what I call that, because I guess it's like, I think about Chrono driving in his car and reminiscing, pondering, being pensive, something like that. But that's what made me think of like remembering this relationship and this music and what happens and how it's used as the sad music in the game. That's how I just put it in the blender, and that's what came out. What
made you get into, you said you weren't very musical until you were like 13. What made you get into that? What made you get into composing and really getting into video game remixing? Was it just the Final Fantasy IV music that really set you off, or was it something else?
No, it was just going into 6th grade. They had band, like concert band at school, and I thought that if I played the saxophone, I would get chicks. So it was as simple as that. I just went, and then I went in, and then the teacher gave me a mouthpiece, and then can you honk on this? And I honked on it, and she said, "Okay, come back tomorrow." And so the next day I came back, and she had a tenor saxophone for me. Nice. And I picked it up, and I just started playing it instinctively, like just tinkering around, and within a few seconds I was playing Heard It Through the Grapevine. It's a very simple, just, bum, 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 bum. Just, I don't know. And then I went home that night and learned the entire beginner book. And ever since then, I have been grabbing every instrument and learning how to do it. And just from there, just being interested in music, like remembering all this music. It was a weird, like there was a blockage in my brain because I was recording all this music in my brain, like sitting in the back of the car, driving through the city at dusk and hearing Hall & Oates, and then having a way to express it, even because I never really sang or anything, but playing, Maneater on my saxophone. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this song. and then I started to get sheet music, and this is before the internet. This is before smartphones, and recording devices everywhere.
Right.
And I took the Battle of Magus from Chrono Trigger, and I wrote it out as at 2 clarinets and 1 bass clarinet trio, and I made my friends play it for me while I conducted it. And I was like, that's cool, thanks a lot. And I wish I could go back and find that stuff and record it. But I did all that kind of stuff throughout high school until right after graduation. As a present, I got a computer and some very crude recording software that quickly led to my first OC remix.
What was that?
It was called Blue Bomber Forever in the year 2000.
Blue Bomber Forever.
Yeah, Mega Man 3. I think it was in like the first 100, or at least at most the first 200 back in the day. Like, this is before, now they're in the thousands.
Right.
So I was
you could
there.
Stop like 35,000 right now. 3,500.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I was there whenever it was still in its infancy.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Did it work? The saxophone, did it work?
Eventually it did, but not when I was 13.
Well, all right. So kids listening right now, band is awesome. It might not get you chicks, but it might set you off on a great career. Let's just say that.
But I definitely say it's very easy to learn and play, but it's very hard to be good at, because it does sound like someone is committing a crime against a goose. That's for sure.
I mean, yeah, it's I think anybody that has a kid in middle school or remembers middle school band will attest to that, definitely.
Yeah, I am about to start teaching my son and daughter. I just got 2 saxophones off of Facebook Marketplace and got the beginner book and that alcohol spray to put on their mouthpieces, and
nice.
They're wanting to learn. They're anxious to learn, so
that's great.
Gonna teach them, but it's gonna be Goose Murder City over here.
How old are they?
My son just turned 14 and my daughter's 8.
Wow.
And my son plays classical guitar. He is much better than me at it. And my daughter plays piano and is now taking lessons, and now she is better than me at piano, which is frustrating. That's not to say, like, I mean, I can like comp and do stuff and play a show and stuff, but just the fact that she has this dexterity of being able to control her left and right hands, and I kind of just do the same thing with my left and right hands. So that in that way, she's like better than me, and it's just. It's I'm proud, but also envious, and I might just cut her. I don't know.
Like, good for you, sweetie.
Yeah, that's it. Through the teeth.
Does your son hang out with William Reyes?
William Reyes is his guitar teacher. So,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on the show a little while ago with Jason Napolitano talking about the guitar collections for Final Fantasy IV. Which is excellent album, and
it is.
Geez.
Spent a lot of time on that thing.
He really did. I mean, not as long as you have on this album. 2003.
Yeah, it felt like it though. When he brought over his stuff for me to mix and master, I said, "What is this?" Because it was very inconsistent over the 2 years that he learned how to record and get better, and you can hear that one of the themes was recorded first and another one was recorded last. And I had to work really hard to get the quality to get there. It was worth it though, because that is a great album. But yeah, I worked on this a long time. 2003. It's only 8 tracks, so that's not a very good. It just seems odd because I have been prolific. If I look at my mantle over above my fireplace, there's 40 something albums up there, but to finally get something made that is just me, it was a great accomplishment, and I have to thank everybody who helped me by recording, and then Jason for pushing me, and Frank Vantende. I don't know how to say his freaking last name. It's been my friend for years. He goes by Diggy Dis from OC Remix and stuff, but he did all the mixing and mastering, and man, he saved my butt. He was great.
Well, I mean, that gives you a lot of time for like polish and just really thinking about what exactly like that you'd like to do, and like going back and changing. I mean, some people have the creative process like, if I don't do it in X time, then I'll just keep changing things and it'll never get done. But other people, having going over a track over and over like for like a year or so really puts out something really beautiful. So it really depends on the creative process, I guess.
Yeah, I really got to do that with this. I usually don't have a problem putting a stamp on it and calling it done. But I really spent the time once Jason got involved and gave me feedback, and really worked to make them the best that they could be. And I'm happy. I don't think there's anything I'd change on them. Yep, there's not. Because I fixed the one thing I wanted to change. 2 months after it was done, I was like, Frank, I gotta get this fixed, man. He's like, so he fixed that. And then, this is also the first album that I've had done and not by the skin of my teeth. Because I actually took the printed CDs of the final album with me to family Thanksgiving last year, and gave a couple to grandma and stuff. And then the album didn't come out until Valentine's Day this year. So it was quite the process.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen to another track. This is from Final Fantasy IV, Coin Song.
Actually, this is from Final Fantasy VI.
6. I can read Roman numerals. What? Come on. Final Fantasy VI. This is Coin Song. Would you like to say anything about that before we get into it?
Well, again, with William Reyes, he was the one playing the guitar on From the Bottom that we heard earlier. And then here, Elaine Lee was just so fantastic to come through. And this is like 2007, came through to visit us in Arkansas and did some shows. But while she was here, she recorded Final Fantasy IV Theme of Love, and then this one, the Coin Song. It just did such an amazing job. I just absolutely love her performance. Really makes this track shine. And it was really interesting for me because a lot of feedback I got was that people really liked the drum beat and they wanted to hear more of it and like put it through the whole track and all this stuff. But I really liked the sparse nature to let the relationship between the instruments really sink in, because it's such a crucial piece of music that drives the story in Final Fantasy VI between the brothers Figaro, and I just love what she did with it.
Well, let's listen to that now. This is Coin Song. It's a track from The World is Square by Mustin, and you're listening to Press Start to continue. Coin Song by Mustin from his album The World is Square. It's a mix from Final Fantasy VI. I know that. And Mustin is on the show right now. Thank you again for coming on.
I'm happy to be here.
So we were just talking about the end of that song, how it fades out, and you mentioned that you don't really do that. Why did you do that in this song?
I don't know. I got on this tags kick, and that's what a few of these tunes on this album have tags. So if you know the music, if you know the song Meantime by Space Hog, or Battle Flag by gosh, I can't remember. I'm trying to think. U2 has a song, Hold Me, Kiss Me, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. I think that's it. Anyway, these songs, they end, and then there's a little music at the end that's different than what was there before. And it's just such an interesting concept. Shady Lane by Pavement. There's these songs that have that, and I don't know what kind of just got me going on this, but this album is the first time for me to do anything that actually fades out. There is a track that I did a long time ago where I was trying to emulate someone else's style of arrangement, and that faded out because all of his music faded out. But other than that, I've never done fade outs. So this one, where these have tags, those naturally tend to fade out because they're just like a kind of like a let's keep the groove going afterthought. And it just, I don't know, it just worked out. So I guess as we get older, we kind of change our ways and get more laxed, and where I used to be like, this song should never fade out, come up with an ending. And we do, like, I do that a lot. We do it in the one-ups, we come up with endings. This time, this is what the ending felt right to me. It's just different.
So that is the first half of my interview with Mustin. Next week we'll talk about the One-Ups and their new album. So he's got at least 2 new albums, actually, kind of 3, that have come out in the past few months. So stay tuned for that. If you want to hear the full uncut interview, then you can go to starttocontinue.com/interviews. And next hour, we have some Nerdcore, and we have our monthly visit with Omega Sparks with Nerdcore Radio, is his 20-minute mix of amazing music. So stay tuned for that. And you're listening to Press Start to Continue on Valley Free Radio.
You're listening to Press Start to Continue on Valley Free Radio, WXOJLP 103.3 FM in Northampton, Mass. After 10 p.m., VFR allows us to play music with adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Yo, it's in every game. Don't want no pain, stay away from the flames. Situation is dire, rising higher, watch out for the fire. Up in flashes, ashes to ashes, people putting cigarettes out in your casket. You a glass show looking up at caches, I'm a forest fire looking at a pack of matches. Every game has a level full of fire, plunge in, bellow smoke like burnt tires. Get me and my homies in a freestyle cypher, go up the top just like Sweet Tooth and Ghost Rider. Don't try it, you don't even know he. I'll make you melt like that cheese and macaroni. Scorpion fatality will make you toasty. She don't know me, but I made you up who knows bleed. Move slowly. Your escape is elusive, all consuming with fire of fueling. Ruthless, fooling me is more foolish than cruising Death Mountain without the red tunic. It's in every game, don't want no pain, stay away from the flames. Situation is dire, rising higher, watch out for the fire. It's in every game, don't want no pain, stay away from the flames. Situation is dire, rising higher, watch out for the hey, you already know it's no joke. Marbles on make, keep it on it, go slow. I'm like a drag and my nose blows smoke. Right before I breathe with the Mario Bros throw. Stay calm, video game blame stays on. You can't put it out, it just spreads like a snake bomb. Then I swing the chains with the blades of chaos. You'll be looking like Johnny when they say you flame on. Ring the alarm, like who started this? I'm harmless as a Molotov in the arms of an arsonist. They tried harming this cause they didn't know how hard it is. Like kicking pill addictions with a job as a pharmacist. I'm like the potato when you dropping it. I'm like the water you make ramen with. I murder beat. If you get a verse from me, you see that mercury vertically come out the thermometer's tip. Ay. It's an every game. Don't want no pain, stay away from the flames. Situation is dire, rising higher, watch out for the fire. It's an every game. Don't want no flames, stay away from the flames. Situation is dire, rising higher, watch out for the fire.
Sometimes a minute will last like an hour, you know, or other times an hour just zips by like a minute.
Great, another Einstein in the pub, blurring the fine line of dumb and drunk. Any combination could result in a punch. If my post wasn't flatlining while we discuss an infinite universe, his limited trust for a government he thinks will monitor us till the year the sun will implode and combust like the stuff Tim McVeigh would load in a trunk. I'll explode on this punk if he keeps up the chatter. I'm down for some banter, but not cures for cancer or any of the answers for global warming matters. Recycling, composting, sustainable sandwiches. Any of these plans would just cause mental damages. We need to relax a bit, let time handle it. Fate or destiny, I could give a shit. I won't even comment on if God exists.
We all have lives to live, let's get them over with. When the world ends, I'll be sober then. With no friends, no need for amends. For now, spare me from all your stupid theories.
Let's be honest, you're no Nostradamus, just another Walter who don't roll on Shabbos. It's pretty obvious your thoughts are so foggy, it's chock full of pot, you got no spot for logistics. Go boycott the communists, march against the Marxists, sit free, trade coffee with the soy latte lobbyists. Is it your hobby to collect all the snobbiest? Used to drip douchebag juice on the populace? Even if we both thought Obama was a robot, Pelosi wasn't human but an alien on Botox. You'd never know Ock was pocketing his Zoloft, so government control, not a moment of his own thought. The polar ice getting hotter than a pot. Low men in yellow coats run the local coke spot. For all the money that the Pope has, I wouldn't have the gonads to say our God is real.
We all have lives to live, let's get them over with. When the world ends, I'll be sober then. With no friends, no need for amends. For now, spare me from all your stupid theories.
Okay, Mr. Blah, blah, blah. Try to keep my name out your goddamn jaw. I know you wanna talk, but I don't wanna respond. Cause your mental tennis match turns into a marathon. You carry on about the wrongs of society, but fail to see the suicide building up inside of me. I know my value could be placed on a barcode. You're the real problem, and everyone at this bar knows.
Okay, Mr. Check It Out, brah. They wanna see you dead like a Texan outlaw. Quit jib-jabbering, just kick back and enjoy the vices from our nice viceroy. What a shame you don't wanna be tamed like the rest of us drones, we're just blood in a vein. Why would you aim to cause your company strain? Join the hive, young scribe, be clinically sane.
We all have lives to live, let's get them over with. When the world ends, I'll be sober then. With no friends, no need for amends. For now, spare me from all your stupid theories.
It's all subjective. Every person, you know, perceives it like, that's why I can't trust clocks. You notice I don't have any clocks in my room because they interfere with your ability to adjust the time to suit your needs, you know.
Yeah. Mr. Wilson, Calvin the Genius, Cat on Mommy Lunchbox, Let's go. This might sound a little gonzo, but the king of all cosmos got a big problem with the drinks. So he pretty much do before he thinks. That's something that everyone feared. Should have been like Doom and had one beer. The sunset, the clouds clear, the stars, the cons, the moons disappear. So it takes a boy centimeters tall to bring stars back by putting junk in the ball. This is how Katamari Damacy begins. This is how Katamari Damacy begins. It's Katamari Damacy. It's Katamari Damacy. It's Katamari Damacy. It's Katamari Damacy. Just me and my Katamari. What a beautiful Katamari. I love my Katamari. Don't touch my Katamari. I wish I had a make it star code. Strategy guide to do make it star mode. I wanna grab buildings and cows, but I can't. Gotta start off with thumbtacks and amps. Hot dogs and baseball bats. I better watch out for the cats. When I get bored with rap, try to get first on score attack. All the other noobs need to go, please, cause I unlock more trophies. I'ma end this without code, so 1 star down, 21 to go. It's Katamari Damacy. It's Katamari Damacy. It's Katamari Damacy. It's Katamari Damacy. Katamari lunchbox. 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 Katamari lunchbox.
Good evening, everyone. You're listening to Press Start to Continue. This is Morlock, and I've got a full hour of Nerdcore coming for you. We just heard Katamari Lunchbox by Red Hood, aka Mr. Wilson, from Mr. Wilson World EP. And before that, Nobody Wants to Hear Your Stupid Theories by the MC Type and Pen Points from WF Tix, Scumbag Delirium, and we started off with a new one from Gross Angel called Fire. And if you have any music, like Gross Angel sometimes sends me music, if you have any music, I would love to hear from you. You can email me, pressstartmorlock@gmail.com. You can go to Twitter @pressstartlock. You can go to starttocontinue.com, and there you'll find streaming shows and links to podcasts, and especially interviews. I have a ton of interviews on there, so check that out. And you can also follow me on Twitch, Press Start Morlock on Twitch. Let's keep going. This is Mega Ran with Cloud Strife. I want to play this because he just announced that with the remake of Final Fantasy VII, he's going to release a remake or a remix of the Black Materia. So I really can't wait for that. So this is Mega Ran Cloud Strife. You're listening to Press Start to Continue.
So you wanna know my story, huh? They all up on their high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things change. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my soul leveled up, let the quest begin.
I was born in the sewage of the slums. In wartime, sought peace, but no one ever knew if it would come. We were war buddies, working on the same team with the same goal. But with slightly different means when he hit the scene. He commanded respect, he needed something done, and every hand hit the deck, took the first shot. Then nobody fired back, he took no crap. I admit I admired that, cause dude was a legend. His story spun far and wide, and it scarred my pride down to my little heart inside. I took every mission accept to make my mark. Cause I wanted the power and respect that he had. But alas, I was just a plebeian. Then the war ended before I could get to leave again. Then I heard he found some documents about his true origin. And then he got convinced that he was not of this earth. Bred to be a soldier, the spawn of an alien life form. Genova, infused with the cells while still in the womb. Heard the news and he was hell-bent on sealing the doom of anybody who participated. Burned the whole town down, killed millions, and everything was dissipated. I gave chase and the saga begun. He released Genova, then they both united as one.
They on the only high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things change. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up and let the quest begin. All up on the high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things change. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin.
So Tifa tells me she can reconstruct the pieces of my past, filling the gaps cause I'm sick of wearing the mask. The frame rate's man's body like a PS1. Story kinda cloudy, almost like my namesake. But wait, it turns out that what was in my mind was a memory, a dream that wasn't even mine. This can't be, I close my eyes, it looks so clear to me. Apparently nothing is the way it appears to be. So in fact I was kidnapped by Shinra, beat down and tortured so I couldn't remember. But now I'm hot like a golden pot, all of us were enhanced. Mako showers and Genova cell implants. Crazy part is that the cells duplicate information. So what was in my head was a mistake. The man that I see in my flashbacks in fact isn't me. That would be my best friend Zach, my confidant who died in battle. Asked me to live for him, and yeah, I must have agreed to. So I lived a double life for the past 5 years. Told lies to people who believed you, but I was manipulated by Seth. Gotta find him, kill him, and I do it myself if I had to. Then I meet a group of survivors. What they lack in skill, they make up for in desire. Now we on a quest to unlock the mystery. We mount up, and the rest is history.
They all up on the high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things change. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up and let the quest begin. All up on the high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things change. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin.
Oh, yeah. I see you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck you, and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. Now ain't that some shit? I guess that's some shit. All of this pain in my chest, I still wish you the best with us. Fuck you.
I sold my car just to pay repairs, but then my 10-speed really couldn't carry you there. And then I wrote 10 bars on a layaway snare in a song that I sent you to show you I cared. But unfair, couldn't pay the postage. I went online and I couldn't pay the hostage. Still I had to showcase, so I had to come through. You didn't want to listen, fuck you. My bad, I sound a little callous, a bit off balance in my bank and my manners, cause they're both taking damage every second we went at it. Spending rapping with the habits of a heroin addict. Tragic, a whole DBM, cause my baby got my money that I haven't been seeing. Got a per diem and now you want a lunch too? Try Chinatown, fuck you.
You're driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck you, and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. Now ain't that some shit?
I guess that's some shit.
And all this pain in my chest, I still wish you the best with a fuck you.
To be fair, can't hold competition to the spawn of the school that you tend to want to fish in. I gotta pull coins out to get the validation to beat your meal ticket reservations. All the style living, the gifts I'm bringing, gourmet hot tamale with an ice cream filling, fresh from Hell's Kitchen to meet your conditions. If all I do won't do, fuck you. And that's true, yes, you little princess. I want my time back compounded with interest. I was taking notes, copious spreadsheets every time we'd eat, filing receipts, cause every time we'd meet, it'd be lies and deceit. You can call it a rainy day plan for defeat. Don't call the beat if the check goes through and it bounced like latex. K, fuck you.
You're driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm
Now ain't that some shit? I guess that's some shit. And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best with a fuck you. Now dog, I saw at the deli with the arm around a sharp-looking man. No chance, no chance, no chance. I tried to make a scene, but Popo threw me in the back of their van with no pants, no pants, no pants. Yo, I can't win evidently. He's a 10 of my diagrams off the vent, so I'm walking in, ready for some action. I'm good, fuck you, thanks for asking. Better hold me down. I may be overacting, I think I wanna smack him. Subtracting, but he's a kickboxing black belt kung fu. I'm running for the door, screaming out, fuck you. You're driving around town with a girl I love. Fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, fuck you and fuck her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with ya. Ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best with a fuck you. With my fingers in the dust and I was like, stop.
Hey Mom, how about this game?
What's it rated? Let's see. T for teen with violence and suggestive themes? No.
Video games are fun, but not all games are right for all players. Look for the rating symbol and content descriptors, and read the rating summaries that tell you what's actually in the game.
This one better?
Much.
For more information about ratings and rating summaries, visit esrb.org.
お聞きの番組はプレススタートコンティニューです。
It's late, dipping the coupe down the interstate to swoop up my day and recoup that dinner plate. Her inner space, I wanna infiltrate, but honey's interface can't handle my bit rate. In the fast lane, playing PSP. License plate reads G1 TSC. Put my eyes to the sky, what do I see? A UFO looking like a giant flying PS3. Blue LED and Blu-ray DVDs. Remotion control on all 3 axes. 1080p plus the power to make time freeze and spin the camera view 360 degrees. First tried to speak to me but sounded like Japanese. Then tried ESP, I said just text me. Next a ringtone on my phone so sexy was a picture attached to the message it sent me. Faceplate was all that brushed metal complexion. Glossy finish, body like Judy Jetson. Come on Miss Next Gen, let's make a connection. My hard disk ain't infected, got the virus protection. She said I want conditions, see I got this mission. We want this planet and technically you're the competition. Go ahead, take your time, make a fair decision. If you beat me up Betty, let me share my position with you.
They're coming down, 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 down. They're coming down, down, down.
Abducted, 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 taken away, abducted, taken away. Space invader, she was a sergeant of the V Squadron from Delta Quadrant. Rolled up to the planet on impulse power. 'Twas the midnight hour, a freak media shower. Broadcast from podcast, a mainframe that say they may lay claim for entertainment. Came with enough power to launch missiles and a so-called supreme intelligence artificial. So bad boys, what you gonna do when they come down for you and your whole damn crew? Can't run and hide in the crops, this ain't cops. They won't stop coming like T-1000 robots. First things first, bro, dock the low. Walking real slow when I spark the dro. Next thing you know, I'll be rocking the show. Overclocking my chips and I ain't talking about dough. With my MacBook Pro, I don't need a microphone, just a keyboard, sound system, and light show. Playing notes like encounters of the third kind. Couldn't resist to bust a little freestyle nerd rhyme. Graves were feeling it, reptilians mean mugging. Cyborg said, son, your code needs some debugging. In the end, walked away simply shrugging, cause my new girlfriend, Miss Next Gen, I be hugging.
It's going down, 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 down. It's going down, down, down.
Abducted, 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 taken away, abducted, taken away, taken away.
welcome when I got off that plane. Spent all day at the airport, nobody came. But when I saw Hawk, I could see it in his face. A twist of fate, my family didn't make it off the interstate. Drunk driver took everything I left behind. And that's when Tommy saved my life for a second time. See, back in Nam, he'd go on about his uncle's business, but never said it was a bunch of ninjas. So with nothing but my P-38 and suitcase in hand, I flew straight to Japan to join a ninja clan, the Arashikage. Now there's something you won't catch on Broadway. I'd come a long way, learn the ear that sees, chameleon's mantle, nothing to fear that breathes. The hard master taught me, studying with Tommy. Blood brothers, but Professor Onihashi took in a pupil that he knew was a liar as a challenge to forge his sword in the fire. But just as soon as they'd welcomed another stranger, it seemed I'd placed my new family in danger. Now I can't explain fate or what it's meant to be, but my master took an arrow that was meant for me. They blamed Tommy, but I knew there was a ruse. We had to live with a lie to find the truth. Accept the fear, don't let it steer you. When you move with the wind, no one can hear you. Fate's your friend one day, the next day takes lives. Assume the worst, but count on Snake Eyes.
A Letter from Snake Eyes. That is a A Letter from Snake Eyes Part 2. That is a classic from Word Burglar. The beat was by Fresh Kills, and it is from his album Welcome to Cobra Island. Before that was Abducted by Goshwan, and that is from Rhyme Torrents Volume 8. And before that, THEW from Navi. That was featuring Kurt Canfield from Lo-Fi Muay Thai. And when I say there's swears, then there's swears. So, can't say I didn't warn you. Unless you're listening on Pulse, in which case it doesn't matter. So we start off with Cloud Strife from Mega Ran from Black Materia. It's actually a remix. And Black Materia, he's putting out a whole new album, Black Materia, after the Final Fantasy VII remake comes out. So keep an eye out for that. Let's keep going. This is Forums, and that is by Kabuto the Python, and it's featuring the Ranger, and that is from Nonsense Volume 10. You're listening to Press Start to Continue.
Oh shit. I see you eyeing that new topic button. Y'all best back the fuck up.
On the BBS, we know what is best. Internet obsessed, so guess what? You're next. We are not impressed. Got your home address. It is a contest. Discover the context. Text cannot stop. Hand spamming dicks, so up to the top. Not half what chicks will, and we won't drop till we get the mix full. This looks shot, I can tell by the pixels.
Visit the forum, man. I'm in the fit of boredom. Gonna read some shit. Feed the twits and Mr. Quorum. Explore the board, quick click to view the new post. Few boasters skill to stick and jam my alley-oop post. I'll set you up, dude, you better bring the comedy. Don't take it serious and go and tell your mom on me. I'm having fun, you see, unless you wanna bring the drama. Cause then it's on, I'll eat you up like Jeffrey Dahmer. Protect your karma, best to check with Dalai Lama before you mess with me. Cause I am the cat's pajamas. Building pyramids, climb the top to get your rep. Drop scoring points like I'm Uzi with a set shot. You best PM the mods and beg to lock the topic. But heads with me, your cred's already microscopic. You post myopic, open eyes and light a candle. Now you understand, man, it's time to change your handle.
On the BBS, we know what is best. Internet obsessed, so guess what? You're next. We are not impressed. Got your home address. It is a contest. Discover the context. Text cannot stop. Hand spamming dicks, so up to the top. Not half what chicks will, and we won't drop till we get the mix full. This looks shot, I can tell by the pixels. Oh hey, I want it in here from the Habbo. So, the brilliance of another cat macro. In fact though, just here to act whack yo. Nice hack bro, you made the mods aggro. Oh, my intro post, I like turtles. Fuck yeah, Sea King, and I'm dying Squirtle. Get my kiki from on funny memes. Sage for the raid, and the process repeats. Elites believe they're the alpha geeks, and now line refine post techniques. I bring the hammer down on grand mode critiques. Seems oblique, but you'll fit in within the week. The meat get diced, so welcome to the tubes. Invade the Zeitgeist, then you better bring lube. Or offer sacrifice by poses on boobs. Or pay the price and get burned like dumb noobs. Strolling all your posts, got you seeing ghosts. no round to host. Your account is toast. Oh, don't you see that we are tracing your IP? Identity is posted on B.
Topic lock, register, copy the text editors. I'm better with the messages, mopping up my competitors. Read a little here, little there, till you flip out. Warning from the mods, posted a pick up with my dick out. And that's quite a feat, bitch. I had to use a fisheye cannon, take a seat, bitch. An internet spitter as I courteously serving your opponent because you suck, sir. Freud himself couldn't cure your fucking butt
On the BBS, we know war is best. Internet obsessed, so guess what? You're next. We are not impressed. Got your home address. It is a contest. Discover the context. Text cannot stop. And spamming dicks, so up to the top. Not half my chicks, well then we won't drop till we get the mix full. This look sharp, like I tell by the pixel. Yes, trolling all your posts. Got you seeing ghosts. There's no route to host. Your account is toast. Oh, don't you see that we are tracing your IP? Identity is posted on B.
Program you'd have on your computer, you'd dial a number, enter your name and password, it would say hello, and then you could go to the messages and you could read these messages. And then you could add one. And if you waited long enough, and I had to say months, other people would have called in and left messages, and after a few months, you'd have a conversation. And you're like, why? You know, they were all in their early 20s, and it's like, well, that's stupid. I mean, you know, and it is stupid. It was unbelievably stupid.
I shine naked, staring blank with hatred. Witness to the murdering of sacred, innocent, senseless vision of a sacrament. Sacrifice to entice a frightful imprisonment. Listen, it's a little fit of rambling, illegitimate, and in a bit I'll probably quit, but right now I don't give a shit. Cause I died and there's nothing inside except breath, high stress, blood blown in flesh. I guess what I really need to succeed supersedes a disease that feeds fiends and turns them into enemies. And my enemies are easy and predictable. I'd rather have a million of them slicing at my ventricles than giving one human being what they need to achieve an omniscient dominance. This isn't even easy, but believe me, when you see me, you will use me up and leave me. You will clean me out completely of anything I ever had that made me, had drive that had urged me to try, that had kept me alive. You have swept me aside, I'm kept in the lies. I became a better person, loving is the reason why. There's no telling what I'm willing to do to you. Would you accrue the views I choose to use, or would you just trust and lust? There's no us or bust, it's only me and me and me and me and me. See? Then you realize that I'm heartless, no room left in a chest full of darkness. Then you realize that I'm heartless, utterly tarnished, jagged with sharpness. Then you realize that I'm heartless, no room left in a chest full of darkness. Then you realize that I'm heartless, utterly tarnished, jagged with sharpness. What is the heart? What is the meaning? Why am I bleeding? This pulpy massive flesh that won't stop beating. It's an easy win to give in. I need a live-in nurse to disperse drips of morphine tip lips, a venomous kiss. I wanna die in bliss, and this could have been forever, but forever it never is. Nevertheless, I'm left a mess. So damn this, sunken like a frantic Atlantis. A mantis is what I seek, and at the end release, give me the courtesy of eating me so I can have some peace. At least sweet release of death, leave deceased, leaving me alive and I'm surviving as a beast. Ain't nothing ever gonna fill the hole you made. You broke the barricade where the care had stayed. Now the care is long gone and you are too. Is anybody here surprised, or am I just used to conditions? Filling my wishes, my wish list kisses from my deliciousness mistress. Was it never enough, or was I just too rough? I wanted love for us, you broke my trust on that day that you went away. The emptiness you left inside of me decayed to gray. I accumulate the great hate that I have harnessed. You're giving me the reason for an unending carnage. And you realize that I'm heartless, no room left in a chest full of darkness. Then you realize that I'm heartless, utterly tarnished, jagged with sharpness. Then you realize that I'm heartless, no room left in a chest full of darkness. Then you realize that I'm heartless, utterly tarnished, jagged with sharpness.
Nobody's Heartless by Shinobi MC from the Shinobi MC, the album. Before that was Forums by Kabuto the Python featuring the Ranger, and I got that one off of Nonsense Volume 10. So just before we go on to the Nerdcore Radio with Omega Sparks, I just want to let you guys know, go to starttocontinue.com/interviews and you'll be able to hear a bunch of different interviews, and I just had one with Mustin, a great video game remixer. If you only listen to the second half of the show or the Nerdcore hour of the show on Pulse, then, you know, it's cool, but you really want to go to the interview section of the show. There's some really great stuff there, some really interesting people, just like Omega Sparks, who I had on with SWATs and a little while ago, I think last year, but he does these great mixes called Nerdcore Radio, and I get to play him on Press Start. So this is Rap to Rock. That he made a Rap to Rock mix. And before I go into that, thank you so much for listening. And remember to email me or tweet at me, or follow me on Twitch. Just especially if you have music or if you have any questions about the show or anything like that. So I'd love to hear from you. PressStartMorlock@gmail.com, at PressStartLock, and PressStartMorlock on Twitch. And so yeah, have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
You are now rocking with Nerdcore with Game Breaks. Press start to continue. Came from rock bottom with nothing that I saw with wings. I am not stopping, I'm coming if it's more to see. Ignore the dream, now they gotta applaud the king. It's my ego trip, I'm hoping you enjoy the scenes. I'm a monster, yeah, you should be avoiding me. I'm a rebel without a cause who want a war with me. It's a movement, remember when they said I could do it. I'm proving that you can build yourself with no blueprint. I do this, this is where pressure meets trial. Error, bonafide, fly, special, look a try. It's a war outside, get to running if you ain't ready to die. The tone has been set, the blood has been drawn. You fight through the pain and weather the storm. Then we goes on and on. The pain that never occurred to me, so my enemies don't return to me. Cause baby, I'm feeling bulletproof. I never know when the shots fired. You're playing fair if you playing to kill. Got me feeling like the man to steal, so I don't care if you pull a shoot. You got it to me, it ain't none. If your champagne is chandelier, don't need it. I'm a voice for the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and the anger built over years. Let the pressure feel your succession, get aggressive, get over bitch. Raise your voice up, boost your projection, gotta make them eat what they eat. Like it's Tyson versus Holyfield, know the deal, cause I'm haters, not special. Got more heart than David Rockefeller, I will rock whoever. The faint of heart, never tried it, don't bother. Gotta be brave, you live as a slave, and you die as a martyr. Riot and race against the machine, this is total anarchy. Here, see and speak no evil, get the power back to the people. Yeah. It's a war outside, get to running if you ain't ready to die. The tone has been set, the blood has been drawn. You fight through the pain, the weather the storm. It goes on and on. The pain that never occurred to me, so my enemies don't return to me. Cause baby, I'm feeling bulletproof. Bring it home from any battle, I'm not shot. I never look when the shots fire. You're playing fair if you playing to kill. Got me feeling like the man to steal, so I don't care if you pull a shoot. Second, you got it to me, it ain't nada. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. The pain that never occurred to me, so my enemies don't return to me. Cause baby, I'm feeling bulletproof. Bring it home from any battle, I'm not shot. I never look when the shots fire. You're playing fair if you playing to kill. Got me feeling like the man to steal, so I don't care if you pull a shoot. Second, you got it to me, it ain't nada. No weapon formed against me shall prosper,
I don't understand what's going on here.
Give me a break, give me a break.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Understand what's going on here.
Lay low, watch the skies as the clouds open up and the angels fly. Stand by for Titanfall, I got a decked out mech, gonna smite you all. 15 feet of power, clearly I will never go down, so I doubt your theories. Now I'm rocking out with the Alpha Series, that's Atlas Status, now you fear me? Lock on, engage the target, with the damage core on, I will not be stopping. Better get comfy in your cockpit, cause if you come close then I'll knock you off it. Stomp you into the rock that I'm walking on, top it off with a couple quad rocket shots. Uppercut to the jaw, I'll just shut you up, so when the Titan falls you might want to run. Late into the night, jumping as the Titans fall. We climb aboard and then we settle the scores until we kill all the enemies. Evacuate high, eject into the sky, watching as the Titans fall. Escaping self-destruction, we cloak then run and jump in. Ignite the enemies, evacuate. Drop in, I start to run, I'll pick a burn card for some extra fun. Killing grunts on the battlefront, that's it motherfuckers, headshots you're done.
T-minus 1 minute to get it, my Strider, he's in it to win it, forget it. I'll write you an IOU when a Mac breaks out, straight crushes you.
I'm stuck, backed up, got my railgun topped, time to fuck shit up.
Stripped out lightweight and made to move, with my dash core ready, better blink fast dude.
That's rude, not the right thing to do, I'm a Titan blitz with the musical groove.
Good night for hit and run, I'm hyper blasting Titan fun.
Late into the night, jumping as the Titans fall. We climb aboard and then we settle the scores until we kill all the enemies. Evacuate high, eject into the sky, watching as the Titans fall. Escaping self-destruction, we cloak then run and jump in. Ignite the enemies, evacuate.
Heads up and hit the floor when the Titans drop, it's time for war. Wanna brawl, motherfucker, then bring it on. My guns are big and my team is strong. Wrecking mechs is what we love. Fall high from the sky, that's from above. If you get too close, you're getting smashed. Walking tank, ogre class, dominate, so watch out, punk. And I'm always in the mood to turn your mech to junk. As I'm running and gunning, I got the mechs walking past me. Try to take me out, then I'm down to get nasty. Turn around, blasting metal to the chin. Tear your arms off and bash your head in. Rocket launching, missile dropping, fully auto, and we ain't stopping. flamethrowers until we kill all the enemies. Evacuate high, eject into the sky, watching as the titans fall. Escaping self-destruction, we cloak then run and jump in. Ignite the enemies. Evacuate.
This is Game Breaks, and you're listening to Press Start to Continue.
I'm nervous. Hands are shaking. This is my time. Let's go. Well, this is my fight, and this is my goal. Grab my joystick and I'm back on the road. Quiet is kept, I keep my stats on the low. But I've been training, I'm about to break like a cold. And this is my fight, and this is my goal. I grab my joystick and I'm back on the road. And now I never stumble when I come up, I'm taking over this summer. The passion in me is burning, so get ready. Let's rumble. Yo, this ain't practice. This is what I do just to slap Galactus. Ninja backflip, Avenger tactics. Attract the whole world like my name was Magnus. Foot dive on the game of Doc Doom. Turn my microphone into cipher just to rock tunes. Get it? I'm a rider, strider, bomb dive. Get trigger happy to flow to get live. I run with a rage like he's so mean. I feel an atmosphere of power like Evo scene. I'm choking peers with a broken tear. An evil genius and beast that motion fear. I'm on my Dante. I beat devils rough. Make them feel my afterglow when I level up. And haters talk all they want, but they ain't brave. We make history like canon and that's our well, come on, fight, and this is my goal. Grab my joystick and I'm back on the road. Quiet is kept, I keep my stats on the low. But I've been training, I'm about to break like a cold. And this is my fight, and this is my goal. I grab my joystick and I'm back on the road. And now I never stumble when I come up, I'm taking over this summer. The passion in me is burning, so get ready. Let's rumble. From the Bay, New York to East Asia. Elite players, new leaders, yeah, we major. He plays more bionics than Lee Majors. Watch us turn joysticks to Z-Savers. We cause a fight with stars and stripes. A barrage of fatal claws to your bars and life. We stand hard, advance guard, new Asgard. Rap hard, till they get mass guards. A hit from Hagar. I'm Frank West with my palmer swing. Swag on my zip line, I'm a combo fiend. Who wants this championship, right? Pump your iron fists and make every move designed to hit. I see the Vegas lights in the air like a major strike. The battleground is set, now let's make it hype. United we stand the best on me. Here to present Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. This is my fight, and this is my goal. Grab my joystick and I'm back on the road. Quiet is kept, I keep my stats on the low. But I've been training, I'm about to break like a cold. And this is my fight, and this is my goal. I grab my joystick and I'm back on the road. And now I never stumble when I come up, I'm taking over this summer. The passion in me is burning, so get ready. Let's rumble.
On my wrist, grimes. I don't know if I'ma make it out this time. On my wrist, grimes. On my wrist, grimes. I don't know if I'ma make it out this time.
Turn on the TV, it's a hit the nation. Deadly pandemic, unknown contagion. Spreads like the flu, but it kills like Satan. Gotta put on the armor, this is revelation. World War Z, so you know what that mean. Organized plan, better set that plan B. Stock up on food, better stack them canned beans. And lots of water, better pack them canteens. Get mad kids from the medicine cabinet. Gotta heal the hurt for they turn all rabid. Gotta travel light, cause we gotta move fast. Take only what you need, no excess baggage. Move in the day, cause the dark's facetious. Board up the windows, now that's genius. Keep my Bible, cause I normally read it. And clutch that crossbow like Norman Reedus. They want that flesh, someone let hell out. I'm about that spirit, and it's about to get real now. Peeked outside and they coming to feast. Time to fight back quick, someone do shell count. Remain steadfast, keep them at the gates. Hold the front line, make them pump the brakes. Here we are surrounded by death's infection. Standing tall in Christ like I am Lead Squad.
Thought they were gone, now they alive. They everywhere, how you survive? My gun is loaded, machete in my hand. The dead are walking, welcome to zombie land. On my Rick Grimes, on my Rick Grimes. I don't know if I'ma make it out this time. On my Rick Grimes, on my Rick Grimes. I don't know if I'ma make it out this time.
Okay, I'm alive. Maybe it's only a dream. Open my eyes, instantly fall to my knees. Dang, I see blood on my sleeve. Pull up my shirt, look at my wound while
while it bleeds. It's getting harder to breathe. Menace, it hurts. No need to telling the team, cause watch how this RIP me resting in dirt. God, I ain't ready to die. Crazy thoughts into my mind. Pain getting worse. Feel like my face pumping fire. It's only a matter of time till I go berserk. Constantly drifting in the darkness. Body feel cold and my heartless. Feel like an animal, but with no vicious than Hannibal. Cannibal, flesh eating carcass. Giving into these urges, I'm thirsting for blood. Am I losing control? Something takes over me, now it's controlling me. Feels like I'm losing my soul. Can't feel my legs. Is it all in my head? Can't even tell if I'm breathing. Maybe I'm dead.
Of course. This is Valley Free Radio, Northampton, WXOG-LP 103.3 FM.
This show is part of the Planetside Productions Network. For more information, please visit www.planetside.pro, and thank you for listening.